So I was just like, you can't have any of my chicken. Hey guys, back again with another video. So today I'll be talking about my first year experiences and any tips I have for any people going to uni this year. So I was really excited to go to uni. I didn't really get on with people at my old school, so I was really happy to meet some like-minded people. So the first advice or tip that I would give is don't expect too much. I know this sounds like counterproductive, like it is one of the biggest things you'll ever do in your life, but assuming that you're going into halls, you don't know what kind of people you'll be put with. So you could be really lucky and have the loveliest housemates, have the best time of your life, but then you could get the opposite and just not get on with them. So in my case, I didn't get on with my flatmates. It was quite cliquey from the start. I was sort of the social one of the flat. I went out every single day during freshers. The others went out maybe once. Oh, low battery. Yeah, my flatmates went once to one of the clubs during freshers, so it kind of forced me to get to know other people from different flats and different halls, which I'm really happy about now. But yeah, it caused a lot of tension. The girls just didn't like me. I still to this day I don't know what I did to them, but there'd be instances where I'd go into the kitchen to make food and all three of the girls of the flat would be there, and then one of them would be like, oh okay, I'm gonna go to my room now. I'd say bye and I'd sit down and eat my food and speak to the other two. And then so we had a girls group chat with the four of us, but then I knew they had a separate group chat with just the three of them. So obviously I thought that was a bit sneaky, but I didn't want to say anything. But yeah, so I'd be eating and speaking to the girls, just the two girls that were still left in the kitchen, and one of them would look at their phone and be like, oh, like, yeah, I'm gonna go too now. And then 5 minutes later, the last girl gets a notification on her phone, and I could see it's from their little group chat with just the three of them, and she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go too. So obviously I was left alone in the kitchen, so I didn't really want to eat by myself, so I thought I might as well go eat in my room because I've got a TV there. As I'm walking back to my room, I pass one of the girls' rooms and all three of them were in that girl's room. So I don't know what their problem was. I think it was just general bitchiness, them not wanting me to be part of the group. I don't know. It's a girl thing. I don't get it. But it did upset me a lot because I did come with such high expectations. So I would say just be careful. Make sure that your expectations are realistic. Like, I came to uni thinking, oh, I'm gonna have so many new friends. I've got 2 close friends now. But obviously I do know quite a lot of people because of that experience. I've had to go out and meet new people, so you know, I'm glad it happened. And yeah, so the second piece of advice I would give to someone would be watch out who you trust, and that's not in like a don't trust that girl kind of way. It's more of like a safety thing. Like, it's so hard to forget that in the first couple of months, you've only known your friends a couple of months. You don't know what they're like. I learnt this the hard way. So there was this boy who had the same course combination as me. So we went to every single lecture together, spent a lot of time together revising and stuff like that. So I considered him one of my closest friends. And there was a time when me and another girl and him went out. And his hall is right next to mine. He's in a different hall, but they're like 20 seconds away from each other. So it was about 2 o'clock and I was just really tired. I just wanted to go home. I was really drunk, but obviously what he did or what he tried to do wasn't my fault. But I just want to preface this, I was very drunk. So I was just like, I need to go home. We picked up, I wanted to get some McDonald's on the way. So my friend, let's call him Dom. Dom, I said to my friend and Dom, like, oh, I'm going to go home now. And he was like, oh, I'll come with you. We can split a taxi. And that was fair enough. We went and got McDonald's. And we arrived to my halls. And I was looking for my bag because I need, there's a key card that I need to get into my halls. And then I've got a key to get into my actual flat. And I wasn't sure if I'd updated my key card because if you haven't, then you're locked down. You need to call halls security. I didn't feel like doing that. So I was stressing about that. And he was just like, oh, well, if you can't get into your halls, you can always stay around mine. I can sleep on the floor or something, which was really nice of him. But as we were walking to my halls, there was 2 girls outside of my halls with the door open. It was actually my flatmate's cousins who were visiting her. And so I was like, oh, brilliant, like, the door's open, it's fine, I've got the keys to my flat. And I said to him, like, you can head off to your halls now, I'll see you later. And he didn't say anything, but I didn't think anything of it. Obviously, I was drunk. So I just walked in front of him. I assumed he went off. I said hello to the girls, and I started walking upstairs. And you know that feeling when you know something's wrong, and something in your being just tells you to turn around. So I turn around, and Dom is walking up the stairs with me behind me. And I'm really confused. And I'm just like, I thought I told you you could leave. So I was just like, what's wrong? What do you want? And he wasn't saying anything. And in my drunken state, everything leads back to food with me. So I had my McDonald's bag in my hand. So obviously, in my mind, I was just like, he wants some of my McDonald's. That's why he's following me. So I was just like, you can't have any of my chicken. And it makes me so angry. When I said, oh, you can't have any of my food, he was just like, the thing he said to me was, oh, I was kind of expecting something else. Sorry, what? What were you expecting? So at this point, I'm so confused. And obviously, in my mind, I'm just like, is he being dodgy? But at the same time, he's my friend. So I'm just so confused. And we're at a standstill because I don't know what he wants, or I don't understand what he wants. And that's when the girls notice something's wrong, the girls that were stood outside. And they come over to us and they're just like, oh, guys, what's wrong? Do you guys live here? And I'm just so exasperated, and I'm just like, I live here, he doesn't, I don't know what he wants. And I think because the girls are sober, they clocked on straight away what was going on. And they started kind of roasting him. I don't remember much. I remember them talking to him, asking him why he was following me. And then I just had enough. But one of the last things I heard as I was opening the door to my flat was one of the girls saying, oh, do you fancy her or something? Is that why you're doing this? And I, clear as day, remember him screaming at them, saying, oh, I've got a girlfriend anyway, and then him storming off. And I was so shocked because Dom's such a mellow guy. Like, anyone who knows him would say that. And it was such a shock to hear him scream like that. And then that's when the 2 girls came upstairs to check on me. And that's when they were just like, what happened? Like, he basically said to them that after I'd gone upstairs and I couldn't hear them, he had said to them that I had invited him round, that he'd been invited round this whole time, they should just let him pass, blah blah blah. And they came up to me and said, has he called you? Because we said to him, if you really invited him round, he should call you to let him in. And I was like, no, he didn't call me because I didn't invite him in. I don't know why he's doing this. But so I just went to bed confused. And then in the morning with a clear head, I did realise what had happened. Obviously, side note, he had about 2-3 drinks. He wasn't drunk, or as drunk as I was. But with a clear head, I obviously realised in what kind of a situation I had been in, and I was really upset because obviously that was my friend, and I don't know, it was really scary thinking, what if I'd been like, oh okay, just come round, what, you know, he's already forced himself into my flat, would he have forced to do other things, you know? So that was really scary. But then he texted me, and he acted like nothing happened, and I was really off, and I just said to him, I'm not cool with what happened, or what you tried to do. And long story short, he tried to deny it. And then I said to him, I know everything that you said to the girls, I don't know why you're trying to lie. And then the conversation basically ended with him apologising, saying that he should have never done what he tried to do. He's not a bad guy, blah, blah, blah. And we literally haven't spoken since. And it's really sad because we were really good friends, but it's just ruined it. I don't trust him. I was kind of scared of him for a little while. But yeah, boys and girls, make sure you know who your friends are. If you're on your way home, make sure it's in a group, and just be careful because you never know what's going to happen. You don't know the people. I knew Dom for about 2 months, and I thought I knew him really well. But the thing is, at uni, you're so compressed. You're always with or around these people that it makes it feel like you've known them for longer. So that's the second advice I would give to people. So the third advice I would give, if like me, you have no friends, I would suggest joining societies, because I didn't do that. I regret that now. But what I did do is I applied for jobs, and I worked at a Abercrombie & Fitch store back at home, so I was able to get transferred into a Hollister store. So I was really lucky with that, and I met quite a lot of people from there. Actually, one of my closest friends that I have now is someone I met from Hollister, and incidentally she was in the same position as me. She didn't get on with her flatmates, she didn't really have many friends or many close friends. So however bad you think your situation is, someone's probably going to be in the same situation. This is my story of first year. Don't know how to end this video. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below how you're finding first year, if you're excited, if you've got any stories from uni, let me know.